Hello, fellow collectors. So today I'm in my garage and I'm going through my old comic books. Why am I going through my old comic books? Let me explain. You may have something similar at your house where you have a box just full of your comics. You may have multiple boxes and they've just been sitting out wherever for a long time, which this box I've had, 10, 15 years, just being piled up with comics here and there. Now, you may not realize it, but this box of comics that you have may be a lot more valuable than what you think. So I went to my local comic book store and I got me one of the long box bins there. And then I also went and bought some backing boards and some plastic sleeves to start putting these comic books in. Now, I've been working on this project for a few weeks and I already had some comics that already had plastic around them and the backing boards and stuff. But a lot of these I had not. So this comic here goes between $10 to $20 on eBay. Captain America #1 from 1996. Pretty cool looking comic there. Not this Carnage. I think this one sells, I think, between around $10 range. But here, these Darth Maul comics, so I guess it was about 6 years ago, I started getting back into comics a little bit because Marvel had gotten into Star Wars and had reclaimed the Star Wars comics, and they started putting out Star Wars comic books. And my local comic book store, they were setting aside all the Star Wars comics for me. And this Darth Maul comic goes for some good money, and I had no idea. Same with this one. You have Cade Bane in the background there. This one also sells for a good amount of money. I had no clue. Now, the early Darth Vader comics, they printed a bunch of them. So you can see I have a few Darth Vader ones there. But wait, here's another one there. Wait till, this one's a really cool comic. Now this one, so this one is #3. And let me explain to you about old Darth Vader #3. So sports cards and comics are pretty similar, whereas the rookie cards and sports cards are worth a ton. And the same deal goes in comics too. So first appearances are worth the most money. Now, where it differs a little bit is the first appearance of a character can pop up at any time during a series of comics. So this is Dr. Aphra, and she was a new character that appeared in Darth Vader #3. So, like I just showed you, Darth Vader #1 and #2, and they're not worth a ton of money. Actually, not a whole lot. But Darth Vader #3 is worth a good deal of money. Since this is Dr. Aphra's first appearance, this comic right here, in good condition, is looking at about $150 to $200. Now, this is the third printing, so you would think, logically, that the third printing wouldn't be as expensive. But that is where you would be wrong. So because the third printing, when they issue a different printing for the comics, they put out a different cover, which is kind of like in sports cards where you have the different variations or parallels to cards. So, and with the later printings, they're not producing as many comics as they did with the very first printing. So this is the third printing. And like I said, this one sells for $150 to $200. I didn't have any idea. Here is another example of what I'm talking about. So here we have Darth Vader #6. We got the Grand Inquisitor there, great cover. And this one, in good condition, will sell for between $50 to $60. And like I said, this has just been sitting in these boxes forever. So if you have boxes like this, you may want to start going through your comics. Now, altogether, for the box, the cardboard backing, and the plastic sleeves, I spent about $30 altogether for the supplies, but I think it's an investment well worth it if you do have a bunch of comics sitting at your house that aren't being protected at all. because you just don't know when one of those comics may pop off because of a Marvel show being done or some movie. So if you have a comic book store near you, please go by there and and buy the supplies. And if there isn't any comic book stores near you at all, I'll put some links down below for you to be able to purchase some of these to start protecting those maybe valuable comic books.